welcome to an all-new season of Glutine, the podcast where we talk about the realities and stories of the youth of today.
You are listening and watching the first Takwa.
Finally, we're back again. Welcome, Kavayans, to our all-new season 2 of Glutine Podcast.
Yay!
Yes, and here again with me here are my fellow Kavayans, no? Kasudan. We have Kavayan Queen ni Grace Evelyn Hontilia
Wow, full
and
name.
Kavayan Zairilu Ahava Villegas Aguilion.
Duh.
And I'm your Kavayan,
I'm your
Dale
presider.
Panunsan Daryagan.
This
Yeah.
is the first episode
Yes.
Yeah.
for a brand new season 2. How does it feel to have a second season of our podcast?
Yes, it's exciting.
Mhm.
My first question for all of us here is, where were you in the previous months?
No, we must ask you. Where were you?
Yeah, where
Yeah.
were you?
Superman said, I'm always around.
Wow.
Come on.
So how has it been, Kavay Dale? Did you find love?
Yes, finally.
Wow.
It's just around the corner.
Oh.
So left turn and one right. No.
Really?
Just
But really,
love is,
how have you been?
another cycle, no, of another school year
Mhm.
and learning and growing, no, every day. So I'm happy to be here to share again insights, reflections for this glutine podcast. And number 2 is I'm happy to be considered a glutine, no?
Wow.
Yeah.
Kutob sa feeling lang na.
Yes.
Ow.
And don't trust your feelings, right? So, how about you, Kavay Queen and Kavay Sai? Where were you in the past centuries
Wow.
of not being seen
It's like
online?
centuries
It's
ago
been a
now.
while. Isa una.
It's,
Okay.
it's quite a ride. Wow. Yeah, I'm happy to be back. I'm happy to be here with you guys and our Kavayans out there. And I'm hoping that we'll get to have a fruitful second season.
Yeah. And how are you, no, plural, now?
I'm good.
You, plural.
I'm singular.
Oh, okay.
Everything's good. There were challenges and obstacles, of course. It's part of life, but we keep going.
Yes. And Kavay Sai? Any update?
Very excited right now. I'll try my best to talk more.
To talk more.
Hopefully. But I'm
Yeah.
very excited to learn new things, new lessons to apply in my life.
Is
Yeah.
there anything we expect from you for this season 2?
Expect me to talk.
Expect me to talk. Oh, God.
Of course, this segment is Tokwa. So
Yeah.
we're supposed to talk about a topic that seems relevant and timely for us and for all our viewers and listeners. And speaking of beginnings,
Wow.
we are starting again another season. So there's no better way to start the season than to talk about
The topic.
What ifs?
what ifs.
Yeah.
Yes.
No?
In our preliminary episodes, we talked about the general and central theme of our season, right? It's about what ifs. So, why the theme or why the topic on what
What
ifs
if?
for this season?
It's because we are living, no, in the world of uncertainty.
Wow.
And they are full of what ifs in our mind, no? So what if could be understood as a chance that you miss or an opportunity that you did not do or take. No, what if? No, what if? Then you can fill in the clause ba na?
The blank.
Yeah. So of what if nag-unsa ka? Yeah. So that will be our theme for this season 2 of our Glutine podcast.
I think it's also because it is very relevant, or a lot of us, Gen Z, Gen Z,
Gen Z.
Gen
Zs have a lot of what ifs. We have a lot of doubts. We really, a lot of us do multitasking in order in order for us to fulfill all those what ifs. Sometimes we also Yeah, really, we have a lot of um double. Karang some what I've really noticed from us is that we're so indecisive. So we really think, what if I do this? Oh no, no, no. What if I do that first? So I think it's very nice that we really we will catch their attention through our topics. What if?
It's one of the questions of our young
Mm-hmm.
people and young adults alike. Like they or we have a lot of
Yeah.
what ifs in mind.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we're going to uh, have specific scenarios
Mm-hmm.
as to what are some what ifs of our generation today
Yeah.
or young people today. So for this episode, Kavaydale, what do we have?
What if? What do we have? No, we have so much in store for you.
Wow.
Yeah. So stay tuned. Don't go away. So stay with us. We'll be here to discuss more of what ifs. No.
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you want to talk about? No comment. What if on man?
Mm.
What if? What are your what ifs?
What if magminyo na ka?
Wow, gipasa.
What if kang kinsa? Oo, pero that has been a what if long before, no?
It's
What
not just
if?
for this phase of
Mm-mm.
your life.
What if, no? What if nagdayon me?
Oh.
I'm not here.
Your
Oo.
ministry should still
I think,
continue.
we don't know, no? That's why,
Basi wala mo nagdayon tungod
Mm.
kay you're needed for the podcast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ouch.
I'll exchange marriage for this? I'll choose marriage. Oo.
But
What
regardless,
if?
we don't fully
Yeah.
know the reasons
Imagine,
why it did not happen, right?
imagine your story, nga people will say, ano mo siya naminyo? Ay, ka nag-podcast pa na siya. So, amo na i-decision, podcast. No.
No.
Well, it's not
No, we
that.
have no reasons nga, secret na. Why? Pero, that's it. Life is full of what if.
God has its way of redirecting us.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. So even if in the midst of what ifs, God would give us certain amounts of blessings
Mm-hmm.
for us to be able to see in the greater scheme of things His best plans for us.
Yep.
Yeah, for Sarah Lou, what
Mm.
if you gave him a chance?
Wow, what if? Wala
Oo.
akong wala
What
akong
do you think? What if
nagkuan.
lang? What if?
What if?
What do you think?
Ay, ambot lang, sir. Ayun na nauna,
No?
sir.
Well, before we go into some personal details, or
What if nag-shift?
we are not to delve into these
Mhm.
personal
Mhm.
talks about
Yeah.
us, but we're going to discuss a specific topic just in time of how we begin the season. So, of course, our first topic in this episode and in this season is
What if?
What if Sugdan Nato? No? What
just
if?
in time of, beginning and
Mhm.
starting the season right.
Yeah.
How do you say it in English, Ma'am Queen
What if
daw?
we start?
Sugdan Nato.
What if we begin? What if
We start?
we start?
It.
Oh. What
What if let's start?
Let's begin.
Let's begin.
Let's
Now, how do
begin.
you define beginnings?
Okay, for me, beginning.
Mm-mm.
In the beginning.
Is it after she went away and then you have to start without her?
Wow.
Beginning for me is to venture to a new experience but that you haven't tried before.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
What comes to my mind first is actually God, no, as a God of new beginnings. Because back then in creation, no, in the beginning, no, in Genesis chapter 1 verse 1, in the beginning God. So it's really nice to know that in the beginning God is always there and He was there for the entire time. He has no beginning because from the very beginning, no, from everlasting to everlasting, no, He is there. He is God. And so for us as human beings, having this opportunity or chance to make also our own beginnings is a wonderful opportunity for me
Mm.
to experience, no? So that is how I see Sugdan Nato, no? Or let's begin. It's taking the risk, no? Or losing the chance you
Mm.
have. So that's it. That's why it's very important. And unsa ni kanang nga decision for you to really grab the opportunity to start that beginning.
Mm-mm.
Mhm.
Maybe you
It's a
lose the
point
chance.
at which
Yeah.
something starts.
Mhm.
No, it's like trying to blossom like a
Mm.
flower, starting to blossom. No, so we can say that in each growth, in each learning experience, we need to begin.
Mhm.
We need to point back ourselves to a certain kind of start.
Yeah.
How about you, Zai, as a Gen
Mhm.
Z?
I'm just curious about this. I'm very curious if there can be similarities between beginnings or a second chance, or a chance. Let's say, because looking back on what on my case, diba? Last year, uh, it was like a new beginning for me, a new life, diba? I was given another chance in life. So for
Mm-mm.
me, that was like a new beginning for me. So I would say it was also a second chance that God has given me to to renew my commitment to him. So yeah, I think beginning can also be associated with a new chance
Mm-mm.
that God has given us to, yeah, beginning. Oh my goodness ba?
Yeah.
To start anew, really, to change yourself, di ba? Oh my goodness.
If we come to think of it, beginnings not only happen once
Mhm.
in our lifetime. Like when we go through certain stages and phases of our lives, there's that point wherein we start
Mhm.
again,
Yeah.
we begin again. So when we think of life, it's like a series of
Beginnings.
beginnings.
Yeah.
Do you agree, Kavaidale?
Yes. New beginnings happen when something ends,
Mhm.
no?
Mm-hmm.
So it you cannot call it new beginning if there's no ending. So
Mhm.
something must end first for you to have a new beginning.
Mhm.
So like for Cyril's case here, no, for her, she considers it a new beginning for her, no, like a second chance for her
Mhm.
to live again, if that
Yeah.
is correct, no. Or yeah, for us also, we also experience a second chance, diba?
Mm-mm.
People give a second chance, and it's up to
Mhm.
you how you take care of that or
Mhm.
chance they give you.
Life has its many chances. Therefore, life has a series of beginnings and
Yeah.
starts, right? And whenever it's New Year, for
Mm.
example, it's as if that there's a mental reset.
Yeah.
Like we can reset back our lives, like
Mm.
not literally, but it's as if that we have the chance
Mm.
to begin again. Like every time there's a chance to begin at something, it's like incredibly potent for us, especially if we're trying to change something from the past, or basically just trying to change something from ourselves,
Mm.
Yeah, we
right?
could have spiritual rebirth
Mm-hmm.
or spiritual birth, no, or rebirth, and also psychological rebirth,
Mm.
diba? When you go through a process of counseling, and then they call it, now you are a
Birth.
new you.
Oh.
Wow, they
Birth.
say. Mm-mm.
I think since our lives are also ever changing,
Mm-hmm.
that's why we experience a lot of beginnings.
Mhm.
And there are also sets of experiences, right, wherein it's really brand new for us.
Mhm.
Like when we try to learn a new skill,
Yeah.
no, a new thing, like when we try to know how to drive, it's something brand new to some individuals, so it's really a fresh start
Mm.
to learn something. So there are also instances in life that we go through a brand new start, right?
Mm.
Yes, and in in beginnings, it's okay to start when you have all the support and resources that you need.
Mhm.
But there are some people who don't have, let's say, anything to begin with, no?
Mm.
They have nothing, or it's a dead end for them, or too dark, no light for them, no? It's the end of the tunnel, and then it's hopeless for them. It seems hopeless. So I think that's also the challenge of starting a new beginning
Mhm.
when you are in that point of your life where everything seems hopeless and dark and
Actually, there are
nothing.
many aspects of our
Mm-hmm.
lives wherein we could see or experience beginnings. For
Mhm.
example, when we try to find a job, and
Yeah.
when we have a job, we try to find another job
Mhm.
uh, after this one job that we applied to. So, diba? And in terms of relationship, there are beginnings to some of our relationships,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
but there are also ends to it. But we try again to forge relationship with other people, with the individuals around us. So, what are certain aspects of your life wherein you're quite particular with beginnings or starting again,
Mm.
or not just
Starting.
starting again, but to basically
Yeah.
start?
Yeah. I think it's really in the new year. It really feels nice to write your New Year's resolution
Mm.
before the year ends, no? And it feels so nice to be able to finish them. Yeah, so you really want to begin again. You want to New Year, New Me, diba? Very
Mm.
famous caption, New Year, New Me. Or even during in our birthdays, we're excited because especially if you reach legality, 18 years old,
Mm.
we especially people who reach that age are very excited because they get to do this, to try that, to experience new things that um when they weren't majors na noon, sorry. Naanad ko. Adults, kay minor major. When they were a minor, they weren't able to experience this. But now that they are 18,
No,
they
you're
can
a major, Sai,
experience.
right?
Ah, yeah, major
Major,
already.
yeah.
Yeah, major girl, major.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you can really look forward to that new beginning so that you'll be able to experience new things. So, yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah. For me, coming over to MVC is a new beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah. And um learning, or yes, a new hobby could also be a new beginning for me.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm. So that's it for me. Work, no? Work is some kind of a new beginning for me. Mm-mm. I think also moving out of another country is a new
Mm.
start for some people.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
I think it's safe to say that all of us experience beginnings every now and then,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like for me as well, the same goes with me, Kavaidale. Coming here in MVC is a new beginning
Mm-hmm.
for me. Being able to join in the media ministry of MVC, like Gluten Podcast, is also a new beginning
Mm-hmm.
for me. So each day, as long as we have life, as long as there is life, then there's always a chance to begin again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would like to ask this question: what prevents people or delays them from starting a new beginning?
Mm-mm.
What
Mm.
do you think are the factors that makes them afraid to
No.
start a new beginning? For example, in business,
Mhm.
no, in relationships,
Mhm.
or in new experiences, they have mas tawag ani kanang previous experiences in life, but that prevents
Mm-mm.
them, or
Mhm.
let's say fear, no,
Mm.
to experience it again. So, what do you think are the other factors by you that prevents them or delays them from starting a new beginning?
Mhm.
Mm-mm.
They're stuck in the process or cycle
Mhm.
of where they are.
I think it's the uncertainty as well of the journey
Yes.
when you don't know what the outcome of it will be. You don't know what the result will be, or how you will get through your journey. And yeah, I think sa amo ama pod no, when we sometimes we our teacher teaches us on how businesses are started. You really have to know the risks of everything.
Mm.
So yeah, so really, also they say that the market, diba, it's very unpredictable, as our teachers say. So just like in life,
So
life
is
is
life.
really
Mm.
also unpredictable.
There's
So
always a risk.
yeah, there is
Mm.
always a risk associated with new beginnings. So yeah, I think one factor would be uncertainty. That's all I can think of right
That's
now.
what.
Yeah, you're right, Zai. And I think one possible factor as well is when people are afraid to fail
Again.
Mm,
again. What
yeah.
if I start this, it might not work out? Like for relationship, what if I will pursue this lady or this woman if
Mhm.
it will not work again, just like how I did what went on my previous relationship. So I
Mm.
think it's the dread and the fear to to fail. That's why a lot of people are also dreading
Mhm.
beginnings.
Yeah, so I think it's healthy and normal, if not natural, no, for people to calculate the risk associated with starting a new beginning.
Mhm.
But it's the pessimistic thinking that prevents them to
Mm.
also venture for maybe other possibilities that comes with it. So not only negative no or ang nai-risk tuod, pero there's also a chance nga what if it's a bright side of life ang
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
outcome sa imong decision. So I think that's true. It's fear, uncertainty,
Yeah.
no?
You're
Trauma nila.
doubting.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, Beginnings, however beautiful, can also be painful and dreadful
Mm.
to many individuals.
Mm.
That's why we could also understand these individuals who might be or who would have difficulty in trying to start something anew.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Um I remember sunsets ba? No
Mm.
kay 'di ba we're afraid to begin because we are afraid that it will end again.
Mhm.
But
Mm.
just like sunsets, they're also beautiful. No,
Mm.
endings can also be beautiful.
Mm.
For some people, usually we label na yun. Let's say, for example, relationships. If wala mo nagdayon, no, or example, nagbulag mo, then usually we label it as a bad experience or bad
Mhm.
relationship. For me, we can not label everything or all experiences as bad
Mm.
because that's our tendency maybe for us to easily forget the experience or the person. But for me, there are also beautiful moments, right? Beautiful memories to reminisce in being together. So not all endings for me are bad.
Mm.
Mm. Yeah.
Just like sunsets, they're also beautiful. And it's a way for us to have a new beginning, a
Mm.
sunrise in our life again.
Mm.
But that's it. No, if there's a beginning, there's also an ending. There's a time for everything, according
Yeah.
to Ecclesiastes. And so, um, I want to know more. No, if later maybe or we have our guests
Mhm.
soon, we can learn from them. How do we encourage people or inspire them, those who are really down or
Yeah.
hopeless,
Mm.
to get back up again and have
Mhm.
a new beginning in life? But for me, that's my take no, on this. That Sugdan Nato. Yes, don't be afraid to start something new in
Mhm.
your life or start now. First, it's your relationship with God or venture to a new hobby or business or dream, no, your dream in life. If you're afraid of the ending, you'll be stuck where you are right
Mm.
now
Yeah.
because failure diba is means when you tried. So
Mm.
if you
Mhm.
fail, you try and try again until you succeed, not stop because of a fear or trauma same experience.
And life is a constant change.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's a cycle of beginnings.
Mhm.
Because in
Mm-mm.
every change, there's opportunity to start at something. And you know what? When we start at something or when we try to start again, of course, we dread uncertainties. But when there are uncertainties, all the more that we could trust God in the
Mhm. Yeah.
process, all the more that we cling to God's promises and God's unchanging love and grace for
Mhm.
us.
Yeah.
So even the midst of uncertainties, when we try to begin something or we try to begin again, we are reassured that God is steadfast.
Yeah. I really like when I had a talk with one of my teachers, she told me about when you want to begin something, may it be in relationship or your academic endeavors or even going to a different place that you're unfamiliar with. She told me that just go to that place or do or begin doing that thing that even though it's very uncertain because that is where you trust God in that new setting. Diba?
Mm.
Yeah.
So it is is it a, it is an opportunity for us to trust God in a different setting, in a new environment, in a new place. So yeah, I think it's really beautiful that we also God gave us beginnings because He is even a God of beginnings.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
God of second chances.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
And it pushes us to grow.
Mhm.
No? When we have the will and courage to start, then it would make us better individuals. It would help us improve in all aspects of our lives.
Yeah.
When it comes to relationships, right? Now, when you won't enter or forge in meaningful relationships, how will you know more about yourselves?
Mhm.
And how will you know what seems right for you, no? What you deserve in relationships if you don't begin and start forging
Let's
relationships?
begin.
Then
No,
let's
yeah, anyway,
begin.
it makes life more exciting for me and
Mm.
colorful. Diba? Ups and down. Ang roller
Yeah.
coaster is not fun ride if it's always going up.
Mm.
Going up, going up. Wala na eh. It's predictable. It's
Mm-mm.
always goes up lang and up. So, it's nice if naay mga bali-bali,
Yeah.
no, naay down na po, naay side. But that's life also. It's fun. So, we can only experience that if we have beginnings. If
Mhm.
we're brave enough to start new beginnings.
And I'm happy to start the season with a talk on beginnings.
Yes.
Because this is another opportunity for us to be inspired by sharing
Mhm.
insights with one another and with the guests that we will have. It's also our time again
Yeah.
to learn from our viewers and listeners as well. So I'm excited for this brand new season that we
Yeah,
have.
I am
Yeah.
too.
My question for us is, what beginnings do you want to start, no, or have in your life right now?
Mhm.
Mhm.
What do you
That's a
think?
good question.
Nana
Maybe we
mo'y
we begin by you
Sige, we
mangutan
start
na.
with you.
answering your own
Let's ask the youngest
question.
first. Okay.
Ay.
So for me,
Youngest man ka.
youngest.
Oh, youngest, go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Only sa lalaki. Okay, ako youngest dere.
Mm.
There was this book no nga nag-ingon dito nga we should not be contented of our devotional life.
Nagiunhan ko.
Kana if you're praying, there's more. You can pray more.
Mm.
If you're reading or spending time, no, this short, no, to be honest, no, for the Lord because we're busy, you can I believe nga we can do more. We can do more. So aside from devotional life, maybe the beginning I want to do is I want to begin a ministry
Mm.
ministry that will propel me or keep me in line, no, in the Lord's will.
Mhm.
If you have your own ministry, your own influence, I think it's nice to everything is there. You need to have your devotional life as well, and then your purpose and meaning in life if you have your own ministry. So I'm still thinking of that, like maintaining a group of people or yes, this circle nga you can read and study the Bible together and do evangelism or ministry together as a group.
Mm.
Mm.
Yun.
That's
But I'm
nice.
afraid. What makes me afraid is inconsistency.
Mm.
Mm-mm.
I think I can relate. I also want to be consistent when it comes to my devotional life,
Yeah.
when it comes to becoming happier, healthier, and holier.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I think that's one goal that I would really want to begin
Mm.
time and time again.
Well, for me, I think really begin recommitting my
Mm.
life to Him. So yeah, to every day start a new beginning with God. First thing in the morning. That's what I really want to begin, and I'll begin.
Tomorrow. Now.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah, when the sun
Yeah.
sets. Char.
And
Yeah.
I think in trying to establish a new routine, a new
Mhm.
habit, we have to start small
Mhm.
and celebrate small wins.
Mhm.
And then later on, when we have a sense of consistency, then it becomes a way of life,
Yeah.
a lifestyle that we cannot live without.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. We would like to encourage also our listeners here, our Kavayans, to also start your beginning. No? If you want to have a new
Yeah.
beginning, you do it now. Sugdan na, no? Sugdi na karon.
Mm.
Yeah, it's now is the time, no? Bible says now is the day of salvation
Yeah.
because God is a God of second chance and He wants all of us to have a new beginning.
Yeah.
Now, beginnings, kavais, are beautiful, and although painful, sometimes
Mhm.
it is necessary.
Yeah.
Okay, so we take the risk of trying to start again or to start something new, and we ask God to lead us all the way.
Mhm. So, yeah, I guess no matter how uncertain a journey is, we really have to begin because on the way we will learn so many lessons throughout that. And I hope that as we begin this new season,
Yes.
we'll be able
Yeah.
to learn a lot more lessons and insights from
So
our
it
guests,
takes,
from our talks
yeah,
today.
it takes a first single step
Mhm.
to start a,
Even just a small step.
yeah.
Mhm.
And for me, no, for all of us, let's always begin with God
Yeah.
in our beginnings. He can even create something out of nothing. He can also begin a new you in you, a new life in you. So let's begin with Him. If it seems hopeless, you're so unmotivated, down, what to do, I don't know what to do, you begin with God. And I believe He will help us
Yeah.
to have a new beginning.
All right. It's a wonderful discussion
Yeah.
with you. But time is not on our side.
Yeah.
We will be seeing our kavayans again
Mhm.
for a veggie meat.
Mhm.
And then we'll have more interesting
Mm-mm.
topics stored for everyone. So
Yeah.
stay tuned lang mga kabays.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's time to wrap it up. I mean, we've wrapped up already.
Yeah.
It's time
3, 2,
to
1.
say goodbye.
Yeah.
Thank you
With a
so
cheers.
much.
3, 2, 1.
Soya! See you in the next episode, everyone.